Hey everyone, it's Jessica Edwards in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I had a seller client ask me yesterday if it was standard or typical for the seller and buyer to meet prior to closing to go over any of the specifics about the property that maybe the buyer needs to know, or how to operate any specific things that are, to that property. And here in Wilmington, North Carolina, it's really not typical that the buyer and seller meet to go over anything like that and discuss before closing. And, you would think, I guess, that in some aspects that maybe that would be something that would happen, but it just doesn't. A lot of times the buyer's home inspection will review certain systems and mechanical things, so the inspector will with the buyer client. And a lot of times we have sellers that will leave notes for the buyers, which is really thoughtful. If there's anything specific that they feel like that they might not know or would need to know about an irrigation system or a this or a that. So I think that that's very nice of a seller and very courteous to leave a note sort of detailing any little specifics about the property that you enjoy, or that maybe the buyer would not know from the inspection, or from just being in the property that you feel like would be handy for them. So here it's not typical for the buyer and seller to meet like that, to go over things about the property. And in rare instances, I've certainly had something like that happen where the buyer and seller do review certain things about the property, but it doesn't happen very often, and it's certainly not the norm. So something to think about if you're buying, if there's any questions that you have specifically about the home or how something works, to make sure you find that out prior to closing. And for the seller, if there's any quirks or anything with the systems or anything that you feel like the buyer maybe wouldn't know, or you have helpful tips for them, that would be certainly nice to leave a note or at least something like that. So just my thoughts, a question that came up yesterday. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to email me. And of course, please check us out at thecarolinasfinest.com. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.